Welcome, everybody, to the Lingus show. A nice early show because I'm on assignment. There's a lot of wrestling news to report on, so I'm on assignment, and I need to adhere to the streets and figure out the news. So I had to leave, and all right, enough of this. I have to babysit my mother's house is what I have to do because she's out of town. So I'm not with my equipment and everything, and I'm just using a headset. So bear with us with this. I mean, some people would be like, this is the way you podcast. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So, no, we do it properly with a real microphone and motherboards and all kind of good stuff. So we are doing this early, and we will be having your Rampage and your Collision. And then after Dynamite is done, you will get Dynamite right away on Wednesday. We will have that fucking done with you, hot off the presses. And that's how we're going to do it this week. This is on the Creative Control Network. Also, the Believes by Smokin' Joe. Smokin' Joe, the network of stars. And we're still number 2, Faust. Because
not very long,
which is odd. We're number 2 because fucking Dr. Tom jumped.
Yeah,
not fucking Sullivan, a motherfucker. I said because it's on a new network and it fucking a famous person. I said, yeah, would you forgot the famous? All right, we'll fucking see when the fucking nobodies topple the motherfuckers again. like Howard was gonna name his book originally, Faust Penis. That's what it is. Because they would say in the news, Howard Stern's penis topples the charts. That's what it should. It should be WrestleLingus penis.
Instead, Howard Stern's private parts were number 1 at the box office.
That's what you do. Rampage, Faust. Oh, you know what? Now that Darby's back, he seems to do shows. He's on every fucking show now. So he's going against the Butcher.
But first, we did have in memoriam Kevin Sullivan.
You know what? Maybe I started it late because I started it live. So I was like 2 minutes late. So maybe that's
they did have the in memoriam graphic.
I did hear on the next show, what's his name? Tony Schiavone mention. So I just didn't catch the in memoriam of the Creative Control's own Kevin Sullivan. That's what it should have the little logo at the bottom.
CC Networks.
Yeah. You know what's funny is what Joe told me. I don't know if this is not right to tell or not. I don't care. Because who cares? But I was like, did you ever find out what happened? This, that, and the other thing. He goes, I've never talked to Sullivan in a day in my life.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, how the hell did you get him on the fucking thing? And he's like, Paz, his partner. That's who the fuck, I know. I'm like, oh, all right. I thought you knew the fucking guy. So that? Butcher versus Darby.
Let me just tell you real quick my favorite part of Rampage when it opens. Because, Rampage is pre-taped.
Can I tell you my favorite Matt Damon story real quickly? Go ahead.
So Rampage always opens with, they show the crowd and you see everybody in the crowd, yay, Rampage, because they tell the crowd, hey, we're going to go live or we're going to start recording.
Yeah.
I used to do the same thing.
You see the guy on the floor like the old fucking waving the fucking thing around. Let's go.
And then it comes to the wide shot of Darby coming out and you see everybody in the front row. Just that, because it's
it's the dead right afterwards. That is always good. Right away, Darby's being killed. Body slamming his legs into the ropes. Mm-hmm. He's bleeding from his mouth and his nose ring areas fucking bleeding. I'm like, what the fuck with this fucking? I mean, he's got a. I don't know why he hasn't had his nipples pierced. That's a shock.
Yeah, it's surprising.
like he's into pain and being fucked, and maybe he even gets pegged. I don't know. Mm-hmm. He gets slapped over the top rope. He's on the rope sitting and he gets slapped over the top ropes. He gets power bombed onto the post. He dives out of the ring, falls to the floor, crash lands. Mm-hmm. And of course, Darby's corpse wins the fucking match.
He mustered up enough energy to do an avalanche code red in the coffin drop.
It's the size of fucking Butcher.
I know. And look at Butcher saying, like, you know what? I think I need to get some new gear. I'm not going to wear black anymore. And he's from Buffalo, so he's got Bills colors.
Well, that was the first place he wore it against Garcia, if you remember.
I don't remember that.
That was he came out with that, and it was look at the two Buffalo boys. It was the Buffalo party that night. Remember that?
Yeah.
The Buffalo boys, Buffalo Bill boys. I just hope it's not on Rampage when he expires. It has to be on pay-per-view.
Because then they won't show it. Because it'll be pre-taped.
They won't show it. I assume it will be pay-per-view that he does die. Because that, and I'm not saying let's hope. God bless him. I tell you what, Faust, when he comes on, he has my attention to watch.
Right.
I don't fast forward. He has my attention because he is a fucking car wreck.
He's a crash test
And
dummy.
he is fucking, you are waiting for fucking mayhem. So he does make me watch the television and I go, what's wrong with you? But it will be the pay-per-view because it will have to be, it's pay-per-view. I need to fucking do triple.
Yep.
And I mean, he slashed you see those fucking things on his fucking side, like on his back from the cuts?
Yep. It's all fucked up.
Yeah, he got himself good. Backstage at Dynamite, Roosh was upset in the locker room, and he's pissed from losing. And Don comes in.
By the way, he's being interviewed by MJF's girlfriend.
Oh,
the locker room snitch.
Really? That's a good question, Faust. What do you blame or no? It is her fucking boy. That's a real rough spot, like I said on the bonus show of Cavaliers, my Cavalier Thoughts, where it's, you are fucked. It's almost like, I don't want to fucking know this because now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I either have to tell him and I'm pissing off everyone else, or if I don't, God forbid he finds out that I was there. Now it's my boyfriend's like, what the fuck are you don't tell me?
And the rumor is that Britt was bitching that MJF's match went too long. That's what.
Yeah, she's upset, but Faust, I could see it. That's the problem. I could see it like I was fucking there with what happened. And I would bet anything that I'm 100% right. Like, I could see her being cunty and being, oh, do they have to take, like, her shit don't, and I guarantee she comes off as that, where you're like, oh, this fucking broad. God,
which
this
has
fucking,
Tony's
like,
protection.
Faust, Karen. That's what you see of her. It is. It's complain, where you're like, but she doesn't know she's being this, where you're like, you're being a bit of a cunt. I don't think she knows. So you imagine she's bitching about the fucking guy who's like the number one in the entire company. How dare Cena take his fucking what is this Roman promo? So Roosh is pissed and Don comes in going, oh, you want all this and you lose? You're the fucking loser.
Like, this isn't what I signed up for.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, don't you want to win? He says, I got you a match on Collision. He goes, good, I want that match.
One last chance.
And he says, I got one more chance. Who said it? Was that Christian?
He said one more
more chance. It was always a chance on a title. And he says, Preston Vance, dog E dangerously.
I was like, hey, I remember
and the
him.
look on Rouge is he goes, oh, fuck. And he's like, well, do you want it? And he goes, no, you don't just get a win. I want you to put him in a hospital. Let's remember this, Faust.
Okay.
What's him in a hospital? Let's remember it. Okay. Because this is what Don needs in the hospital.
In the hospital. Not just win.
No, not just a win. A real good beating. On Wednesday, interview with Double J, and as soon as it started, because they're like, oh, how was he? He's got his blood dripping down, all that from the chin back.
After Dynamite went off the air, Tony Khan had tweeted about this, saying there was an altercation. So he's sitting there. He starts to talk. As soon as he starts to talk, Paige walks by. This Hangman. This guy they call Hangman. He walks by. Faust, they should call like Bobby Lashley Hangman. Maybe that would. Thank you. Who was staring?
Those who know, I was going to say those who know, like Charlie.
There you go. Charlie staring at that baby arm holding an apple. He walks right by him after he cost him shit.
Mhm.
Like, he's like, what the fuck? You think you're just going to walk past me? Well, thank God. And they start to get into a fucking fight. And then Lethal has a promo afterwards because all that little group is together. Lethal has a promo and he goes, I'm sick of guys like Adam Page